Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. No more excuses for Solskjaer. I've told you, there's a lot of Manchester United fans that have got strong reservations about Solskjaer's decision making, because analysing the vast majority of the games he's managed at Manchester United, he's been tactically naive. And Solskjaer hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, which is also a concern. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He endured 2 spells at Molde. And before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got them relegated. He only endured a short tenure with them. Now I'll revert back to what I've said on my recent videos. Manchester United should be winning the Premier League this season because we've got a title winning squad. And earlier on this season, Solskjaer told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that Ole was part of. You know, we've got the best player in the world in Cristiano Ronaldo. Don't forget, Ronaldo was annoyed with Solskjaer after Manchester United's 1-1 draw with Everton. You know, Ronaldo stormed down the tunnel. Solskjaer got criticised for not starting Ronaldo against Everton. And Solskjaer did come out and say that he had no regrets over not starting Ronaldo. Solskjaer also made a mistake not starting Pogba against Everton. Ronaldo's done really well though since he's re-signed. He's already scored 5 goals. He saved us against Villarreal. Ronaldo scored in the 95th minute of stoppage time in that game. If it weren't for Ronaldo, we wouldn't have won that game. But I'll revert back to what I've said before. Cristiano Ronaldo can't keep saving Solskjaer at Man United. You know, Ronaldo's already said that he wants to retire at Man United and then coach Cristiano Jr. in the Red Devils youth team. Solskjaer said prior to the Villa game that he believes Ronaldo can keep playing at Man United into his 40s. Ronaldo's 36 at the moment, and Ronaldo's already hinted that he's looking to stay at Man United beyond his current contract. Ronaldo's under contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week. Ronaldo wears the number 7 shirt, and we got him for 19.8 million with add-ons included. Ronaldo is the greatest player of all time, like I've already said, because he's won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. And when Ronaldo re-signed, he made it clear to his Man United teammates that he wants the Premier League this season. You've also got Edison Cavani, that's good. Cavani has lost his place now in the team though, with us re-signing Ronaldo. Cavani surprisingly started against Everton last weekend. He had a very good chance from a downward header, but he produced a good save from Jordan Pickford. I can't say I want Cavani to leave because he has made an impact since he's come in. Cavani has got under a year left on his contract. Back in May, Cavani signed a 1-year contract extension and he receives over 200 grand a week now at Man United. Cavani was injured earlier on this season. Cavani has got a good pedigree behind him because he won a lot of trophies when he was at PSG. It said not so long ago that Real Madrid want Cavani on loan in January. Real Madrid wanted him in the summer transfer window. But the club failed to make a move happen. Real Madrid will wait until next summer for their main attacking targets Mbappe and Erling Haaland. Barcelona try to get Cavani on deadline day in the summer transfer window. I think Barcelona will reignite their interest in January. You've got Marcus Rashford, that's also good when he wants to be, but Rashford has endured his bad periods at Man United. The good news is, from Man United perspective, Marcus Rashford is back now. He's returned from injury. Rashford was out with a shoulder injury for a while. Don't forget he had to have an operation on his shoulder. Rashford scored twice in the behind closed doors friendly against Blackburn yesterday. But we'll look much better now that Rashford is back. Rashford has been part of the club for a long time. Rashford's been a United player since the age of 7. He's been in our senior squad since 2016. Rashford's under contract with Man United until 2023. I think there's an option of a further year. Like I've said to you before, Rashford is mostly effective on the left hand side. Mason Greenwood, he's also very good as well. Greenwood's done well, I'd say, so far this season. He's got 3 goals in the league so far this season. Greenwood's also good on the ball, he's good off the ball, he shows good attacking intent, and he's very good at creating chances. There was a period where Greenwood didn't score a goal for a while. But despite that, I'd say Greenwood has been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Greenwood made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7. And last season he signed a new 4-year contract with the club. Jadon Sancho, I think he's a good player. But he's not enjoyed a good start to his Manchester United career. I'll revert back to what I said on one of the videos I did not so long ago. I think at the moment Solskjaer is failing Jadon Sancho at Man United because Solskjaer has been playing him out of position. He's been playing him on that left hand side. He can play on the left hand side, but he's not effective on the left hand side. He's far superior on the right hand side because that's his predominant position. You can also play Sancho centrally. And I've said, haven't I, Sancho will do well at Man United providing Solskjaer uses him correctly. It does take some players time to settle in. Not so long ago, Borussia Dortmund warned Man United about the Jadon Sancho problem. Borussia Dortmund's CEO came out and said that Jadon Sancho's lack of game time at Man United is hurting my soul. We got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. Sancho is under contract with Man United till June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, he's very, very good as well. Bruno Fernandes got the assist for Martial's goal against Everton last weekend. Fernandes also got the assist for the Telles goal against Villarreal. Bruno Fernandes missed a 93rd minute penalty in the 1-0 defeat to Aston Villa, so reflecting on that, Fernandes missed out on the opportunity to salvage a point. Fernandes scored a very good goal from 25 yards out in the 4-1 win against Newcastle earlier on this season, and Fernandes got his first Manchester United hat-trick in the 5-1 win against Leeds, which was the opening day. But yeah, in a lot of his games at Man United, he's been very consistent, but there's also been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. He more or less starts every game, doesn't he? Earlier on this season, it said Bruno Fernandes was close to signing a new 5-year contract with Man United worth £250,000 a week with the signing of Ronaldo. At the moment, Fernandes is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. We got Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Last season, Fernandes won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times. Fernandes has been at Man United now for almost 2 years. But he's one of our best players since Ferguson retired. One of the best signings we've made. Donnie van der Beek, I think he's also a good player. But like I've said, I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Manchester United. Because he hasn't been given enough game time. Now, Fabrizio Romano has already said that Donny van der Beek is planning to leave the club in January. So many clubs are in for Van der Beek, including Everton. Sky Sports recently said that Everton remain interested in Donny van der Beek. Don't forget, Everton were close to signing him on loan in the summer transfer window, but Solskjaer blocked Van der Beek's exit. Donny van der Beek's agent is said to be working hard on finding a new club for his client. Not so long ago, Van der Beek was furious with Solskjaer as he was left on the bench in Man United's win over Villarreal. Van der Beek was spotted throwing chewing gum in the dugout. It said Van der Beek will try to force a January transfer away from Man United following his Villarreal meltdown. Well, earlier on this season, Van der Beek told Solskjaer his best position. He reckons he'd be best served operating as a number 6 or as a number 8. And earlier on this season, Van der Beek spoke about his Man United future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand. This season's his second full season. We got Van der Beek for 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. You've got Paul Pogba, that's also good. You know, Pogba's enjoyed a very good start to the Premier League season. He's already got 7 assists in the league. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season. But at one point last season, he was out with a thigh injury for a while and he sustained a couple of ankle injuries at Man United. Now, I give you the news on Paul Pogba earlier on today. Paul Pogba wants to stay at Manchester United. And Pogba wants to sign a new contract worth £400,000 a week. That will make him one of the best paid players. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. It said Pogba sees a long-term future at Man United, but may wait on the contract extension. That's what it said before the start of this season. And it said earlier on this season that Pogba was very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. It recently said that Man United set Paul Pogba deadline. It said we wanted Paul Pogba's future to be sorted by Christmas. And yesterday it said Man United were losing time to convince Paul Pogba to stay. He has had a long-running transfer saga, his former club Juventus have been in for him. Earlier on this season, Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola suggested that Pogba could return to Juventus for Man United on a free next summer. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. He's been relentlessly linked with Real Madrid. PSG have been in for him. It said PSG are prepared to offer Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. Barcelona have been in for him, and Inter Milan have been in for him before. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Obviously, Pogba wants to win the big trophies, such as the Premier League and the Champions League. Hasn't experienced it yet. Pogba's our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him. Had him when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. You've got Luke Shaw. That's a very good left back. Luke Shaw hasn't been great so far this season. He was far superior last season to how he has been so far this season. Luke Shaw, not so long ago, come back from minor injury and illness. Shaw has had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. Shaw has been at Manchester United for like 7.5 years now, so he's been a long-serving player. Shaw's been our first choice left back for a while, and he still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Telles. Shaw has just under 2 years left on his contract at Man United. Earlier on this season, it said Man United were in the process of extending Luke Shaw's contract. You've got Raphael Varane. That's a good centre-half. In his last 2 games, though, he has looked off the pace. But apart from that, he's done well in all the other games he's played in. Varane was a good signing. We got Varane for a reasonable fee. We got him in a deal worth 41 million with add-ons included. Man United paid like 34 million up front. Varane is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year. Varane to Manchester United was official just before kick-off against Leeds, which was the opening day. But yeah, like I've said, Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a very good pedigree as a player. Varane won a lot of trophies when he was at Real Madrid. You've got Harry Maguire. That's a decent centre-half when he wants to be. He hasn't been brilliant so far this season. Maguire's out at the moment anyway with injuries, going to be out for a few weeks, like Solskjaer confirmed not so long ago. Maguire had ligament damage towards the end of last season. We certainly overpaid for Maguire, got him in a deal worth 80 million from Leicester. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club behind Pogba. Eric Bailly, I think he's a good centre-half. Obviously, his future is in doubt following the arrival of Varane in the summer transfer window, but I want us to keep Bailly as a backup. Bailly played against West Ham in the Carabao Cup, and what a performance he put out. It was his first start of the season. My only element of concern about Bailly is injury prone, so in that aspect he's a liability. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United till 2024. There's an option of a further year. And Wan-Bissaka, he's also a good right back. There is aspects of his game that need to improve, but despite that, he's still one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. This season is Wan-Bissaka's third full season at Man United. We got him for 50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. And obviously you've got David De Gea, very good goalkeeper. He's done well so far this season. He's made some very good saves. His distribution's been good. Don't forget De Gea reclaimed the number 1 spot back. We know he's staying at Man United for at least this season, because in the summer it said De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting players, and it said De Gea was determined to fight for his Man United future. Not so long ago, Solskjaer hailed De Gea as the best keeper in the world. This season is De Gea's 11th season at Man United, so he's been a long servant. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. And I also think that Dean Henderson's a good goalkeeper. He's only been in goal once so far this season. He was in goal for the game against West Ham in the Cup. Dean Henderson was out though for a while, wasn't he, with COVID. So there you go. We've got a very, very good squad, so there's no more excuses. Yeah, there's still some players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. You know, I don't think Fred's good enough. I don't think McTominay's good enough. And obviously a lot of Manchester United fans have been having a go at Solskjaer for persistently selecting Fred and McTominay in the centre midfield. Obviously Solskjaer trusts Fred and McTominay in the centre midfield. Martial obviously isn't good enough. You know, Martial doesn't really play anywhere. I was surprised he started against Everton before the international break. Surprisingly scored, and that was Martial's first goal since February. Lingard, he isn't good enough either. He's had his good moments. Obviously he scored the winning goal against West Ham in the league a couple of weeks ago. He did alright in the cup against West Ham as well, Lingard. Dalot's not good enough. Jones isn't good enough, but Jones doesn't get in our team anyway. I don't think Lindelof's good enough either. So there you go. But revert back to Solskjaer. I'm expecting him to get sacked at some point because he's not good enough. And the vast majority of Manchester United fans are Ollie out. Maybe there's still some Man United fans that are Ollie in. The Daily Mail recently said that Solskjaer's future as manager could depend on the next 10 games. We've got tough games coming up. You know, we've got to play Leicester after the international break, then we've got Liverpool at home, then the next league match after that is Tottenham away, then it's City at home, and we've obviously got Chelsea to play within the next 10 games. We've only won 2 of our last 6 games in all competitions, so that's why Solskjaer's under pressure. But Man United still fully committed to Solskjaer and have no plans to replace the club legend as manager, despite a topsy-turvy start to the season. Now, obviously, you've got United fans that are demanding Antonio Conte in to replace him. You know, there's some Man United fans that want Zidane in to replace Solskjaer. I've said to you already, Solskjaer has to win a trophy at Man United this season. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and he's been in charge of the club for almost 3 years. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, and a few weeks ago Solskjaer did mention that we must leave a legacy of silverware. Solskjaer wants the Premier League this season. The Premier League is his ambition. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. This season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. And I said at the start of this season that this season was going to be massive for Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed. You know, our board have got a lot of trust in Solskjaer. Obviously, he got given a new contract until 2024 in the summer, and I mentioned we made a mistake giving him that contract because I can assure he won't see it out. Solskjaer got very good backing in the summer transfer window. You know, the Glazers backed him. I recently give you the news on the Glazers. The Glazers are selling 8% of Manchester United and the shares worth 137 million. The Glazers were reasonably unhappy with Solskjaer because of three players. And I said to you earlier, will the Glazers sack Solskjaer? Woodward, you know, is also backed Ollie as well. John Murtaugh backed him in the summer transfer window, and so too did Darren Fletcher. And Man United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window. We made 4 signings. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa, brought Sancho in from Dortmund, brought Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. We spent around 141 million in this year's summer transfer window. Solskjaer's enjoyed like 5 transfer windows now as permanent Man United manager. In total, we've spent like 441 million under him. You know, in December, Solskjaer would have been in charge of the club for 3 years. You know, Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. The reason we gave him the job permanently back in March 2019 was reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. But a lot of United fans thought we made a mistake giving him the job permanently. Maybe we should have waited until the end of that particular season to decide or not whether to give him the job. But like I've said before, with Ollie being a legend of the club, that's what's basically saved his job. Disregarding being a legend of the club, I can assure he wouldn't have been here by now. Solskjaer's gained some managerial experience, so reflecting now on he's been Man United manager, and he's learnt a few different things on the job, but there's still plenty of things he's got to learn because he's still a young coach. Ole is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. Obviously, since Ferguson, 3 managers have been sacked. We sacked Moyes, Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't got the structure to keep sacking managers. But we haven't been the same team since Ferguson retired. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.